This is bananas. This man is beyond redemption.
And creatures in general go through, but this is something that I've never experienced before, and I take pride in being somewhat knowledgeable about what other human beings and creatures in general go through, but I was really ignorant to PTSD, but it's something that is very real, and I really thought honestly that it was reserved more for women and men in the armed forces, and these are people that go through very, very serious situations, police brutality, terrorist attack, things that people go through, and it does leave a mark.
Then it became a thing of like, oh, how can you doubt that? Like, how do you not believe that? It's the truth. And then it became a thing of like, oh, it's not necessarily that you don't believe that this is the truth. You don't even want to see the truth.
Talking to people is interesting because after this storyline came to be, people started opening up to me about PTSD, and it really helped me learn even more and be able to play the character in the correct way. It is dark, but it's rewarding in the end.
Well, it tells that you're good because it's convincing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the thing. I mean, we didn't want anybody to say because I knew that it was so real, and the producers knew that it was so real. We didn't want to do anything that somehow disrespected the people that truly go through it. So we wanted it to be as real. No attack is the same.
Bogus police reports cause real harm. They do harm to every legitimate victim.
And really, it took a lot of research but hopefully it's.
So we gave him the benefit of the doubt up until that 47th hour. When we discovered the actual motive, quite frankly, it pissed everybody off. We have to invest valuable resources. What I want you all to really understand is when you all put things out there that's not actual fact, then it causes us to have to chase all that stuff down.
Using the guise of an advocate. I don't know this person. Never heard of this guy. I will never forget him. Who does this?
From the very beginning, have treated this case with the utmost respect, saying, listen, he is not a suspect. We are looking. We are taking this seriously with us. With every step of the way, the Chicago police were on top of it, without indicting, without saying anything disparaging about Jussi Smollé.
Of course not.
It seemed that they had some doubts. He's cooperating with us. With every step of the way, the Chicago police were on top of it.
Police requested the phone records. That was February 11th. And on the 12th, when he gave them it, they were rejected by Why? Because they were not complete. My experience with healthcare that did real harm, and my experience with education that did harm to my students. Admit there's some problems with everything. Every news source. I don't know what's real news or not real news, but I'm watching people make a little map, my goodness, of how many hand-drawn maps, and talking about their theories. They're interested because we want justice. People want justice, so we have a feeling that there's safety in the world and there's equality. I don't see any Jussi Smollé anywhere. But I do see this. No wonder I'm not watching it. Paying attention. There he is. When? 15 hours ago. Reliable news sources. This is a reliable news source. It's that simple. Jesus Christ. Meaning if you make a mistake, you identify it. You apologize. And don't tell me that you're going to fucking put that on the police when they said the media reports were not helpful. They're wrong. So now you're throwing the cops under the fucking bus as you congratulate them? Did you see Chris Watts' police interview? I mean, all these things come out with court cases. You see the police. Do you not think what they're doing? Have you not seen Law and Order? I don't understand this. How do you not have base knowledge of this when this is your job?
I am full on hardcore pissed. Yeah, that's the emotion. And that's what I told everyone. Jeez.
We are looking. We are taking this seriously. He's cooperating with us. With every step of the way, the Chicago police were on top of it.
Because they're the police. They're not going to share their doubts. Are you kidding me? They get the information. They do corroborating evidence. They waited for his interview. Are you idiotic?
On an off-the-record basis, they had doubts about the story, but publicly they maintained their professionalism, and this is where...
You're the reporter? I gave them 1 year to make it right. It's February, so it's been a year. Do I still have to sit with this?
You want to battle me? Are you certain? When I'm done with you, you'll be hurtin'. I can do shit like this, so pull the curtains. Because, well, you're done. That's for certain. My goal as a teacher was to make sure my students had independent lives and were productive citizens, both contributing creating, and happy, independently living with avenues into social emotional worlds. We understand our own ability to adapt, accept, and expand, evolve. So my family's intact. Neptune has never been in the stairwell before. So I'm not an advocate anymore. I'm not going to call myself that, because what I do is I'm just going to be myself around people. And that means I'm going to support you no matter what until you fuck with me. They were rejected by the police. And that means I'm going to judge you as a person, what you say and what you do. Reporters, journalists, you didn't get this one? Really? Your little spidey sense didn't go off? That's a little disconcerting, but I understand the temperature and the anxiety in the nation because of everything that's happening. So let's identify the problem on both sides. It's everyone. Let's come together. I have these 2 cats. One was abused. The behavior has changed over time with nurture and routines and the things that he needs by modifying the environment or adapting to until, or just making observations and making sure that you make decisions that support a scared animal that has PTSD. Who knows? But guess what? He has triggers, and I keep those triggers away from him because I figured them out, because it's not hard when you're observing things, and we're animals, so we show fear. People don't recognize their behaviors have after effects, but they do. So as a survivor victim, I'm going to talk openly about all the violence in Chicago and the neglect and the denial of support from administration in a school, a public school, and the healthcare system that is taking advantage of people's mental health. He's got a lot to do to make up to all the communities that he hurt. And if he doesn't get that because he's still pleading innocent, then that tells me that's a level of narcissism. And oh my goodness, that's a little too familiar, because they don't admit, because they don't want to be blamed. They don't want a consequence. But I'm sorry, that's life. We live in a codified society, meaning there's a law. And if we don't do the law or let him know from society that you are not welcome, they will do it again, and the harms ripple. That's it. Thank you. Okay, this is so simple. All you have to do is grab a base. So what we have here is a series of issues, weekly lessons, each on a different day, as a way to just sort of organize my own thoughts. Your own self-assessment, which is to be able to recognize which triggers are most harmful. Is it physical? Is it psychological and mental? Is it sexual? It's the first step in identifying a trigger is realizing which part of the body. Is to realize which part of the body mind are we dealing with here. Obviously, emotional and physical can go together. And obviously, when it's sexual assault, that's both physical and emotional. And I want you to choose the one that is most harrowing for you. Trust me, go with it.